In Chinese astrology, 2026 marks the year of the fire horse, a rare cosmic combination that appears only once every 60 years. This union of the spirited horse zodiac with the fiery element infuses the year with dynamic energy, symbolizing passion, movement, and transformation. Horses in the zodiac represent strength, freedom, and spirited perseverance, and the element of fire magnifies these qualities, igniting their brilliance to new heights. For the spiritually minded seeker, this isn't just a date on the calendar or a symbolic label. It is a threshold year, one that signals acceleration after periods of preparation. Many will feel as though life itself is nudging them forward, dissolving hesitation and replacing it with urgency. The fire horse does not whisper, it calls. It is a potent invitation to move forward with courage, creativity, and purpose under an intense but meaningful energetic influence. An influence that rewards sincerity and exposes anything misaligned. The rare fire horse and its symbolism. Chinese astrology cycles through 12 animal signs and 5 elements, meaning each unique element-animal pairing repeats only every 60 years. 2026 is the first fire horse year since 1966, making it a generational marker. Few experience this energy twice in a lifetime, which lends the fire horse an almost mythic quality. Culturally, fire horse years have been viewed as both auspicious and challenging. They arrive like a catalyst, offering breakthroughs while demanding grounding. Symbolically, the fire horse breaks inertia. It disrupts complacency and accelerates growth, not gently, but decisively. The horse, 7th in the Chinese Zodiac, embodies vitality, independence, and momentum. It represents movement toward horizons not yet reached. A traditional phrase associated with the horse speaks of swift success, reflecting how opportunities often arise suddenly under this influence. Fire, as an element, represents illumination and transformation. When fire merges with horse energy, intensity doubles, confidence sharpens, desire clarifies. But this power requires wisdom. Fire without direction consumes. The fire horse teaches mastery, moving fast without losing awareness. Fiery traits and energies of 2026. The defining theme of a fire horse year is momentum. 2026 carries enthusiasm, creativity, and a deep hunger for freedom. After slower introspective cycles, this year presses the accelerator. Stagnation becomes impossible to ignore. Roles, relationships, or routines that once felt acceptable may suddenly feel suffocating. The fire horse reveals where energy has been trapped and urges release. When embraced consciously, this pressure becomes liberation rather than stress. This courage, however, is not reckless. It demands authenticity. Actions taken out of alignment feel unstable. Actions taken in truth generate flow. The fire horse amplifies integrity. What is real strengthens, what is false destabilizes. This year teaches clarity through movement. Confidence grows through engagement, not overthinking. The fire horse rewards presence, responsiveness, and decisive participation in life. Personal development and goal setting in a fire horse year. This is a year to act, but with intention. It supports launching meaningful projects, stepping into leadership, and committing to goals that reflect who you are becoming, not who you were. Balance remains essential. Fire unchecked leads to burnout. Grounding practices, journaling, meditation, breathwork, and intentional rest become anchors that allow momentum to remain sustainable rather than chaotic. For those born under the horse sign, 2026 marks a mirror year. It reflects patterns, strengths, and blind spots with unusual clarity. Challenges arise not as punishment, but as invitations to mature energetically and spiritually. Across all signs, well-being becomes strategic, not optional. Rest fuels clarity. Reflection sharpens direction. When stillness and movement coexist, progress compounds rather than collapses. Collectively, collective energy and zodiac comparisons. Collectively, fire horse years accelerate change. They often coincide with breakthroughs and abrupt endings, clearing outdated structures so new expressions can emerge. Compared to other zodiac energies, the horse is decisive and forward-focused. Where some signs prefer patience and predictability, the horse demands engagement. This contrast explains why some signs feel energized by 2026, while others feel challenged to adapt. The universal lesson remains consistent. Passion guided by awareness becomes transformation. Speed alone is not evolution, conscious direction is. Harnessing the fire horse's energy, set intentions and act on them. Stay authentic even when it's uncomfortable. Release fear by moving through it. Balance action with grounding rituals. Connect with communities that reflect your values. The fire horse supports seekers who choose courage paired with consciousness. Conclusion: gallop forward with awareness. The year of the fire horse invites bold transformation. It challenges seekers not just to dream, but to embody movement, to live in alignment rather than anticipation. Ask yourself, what is ready to be released? What wants to come alive now? This energy does not support chaos, but conscious evolution. Set your intention, name it clearly, walk toward it deliberately. And remember, this is not about being carried by the year, it is about co-creating with it. Ride forward with clarity, courage, and purpose. Awaken, ascend, become.